Hello, awesome people. I hope you're having a magnificent day today. Today we're taking a look at the Woman of the Wood. It is the published version from this copy, Renegade Swords by A. Merritt from the 20s and so forth. Now, I have read the original Woman in the Wood. He submitted it to a short story. He was one of the big names in a short stories collections of stuff that was happening in Argosy in the mid-20s, and so he submitted this, but their editor changed and he was moving away from this sort of a fantasy and such. So he sends it to Weird Tales to get it published and gets it published there. A. Merritt does, but he removes the intro from it and so forth. So this is the unpublished version that adds an intro to it. So I'll try to link you. I'll try to see if I can find this. I don't know if the one, but I have done a review of the unpublished version. Just as a heads up, regular version. I'm sorry, the regular version, not this one, without the intro and so forth. Again, from this Renegade Swords, I'll also link you to this collection in case you're interested, in checking it out in print. Or, you can just probably buy it on Google, Kindle or something like that too. So there you are. But I'll go ahead and link you to it. So basically, what's happening, we are getting a friend that is added to the intro in this short story. And he is telling a framing device rather than just finding out about McKay, the protagonist, head on and so forth. And so basically what's happening is that the protagonist is that's getting added, well, in addition to McKay, is somebody who meets McKay, sees how sensitive McKay is to plants and so forth. And then McKay will tell him his story, including the murders. And that's why McKay's name has been changed. And that sort of a thing. So that's basically what's happening in the intro. And then we'll skip forward into the backstory that McKay will tell. And why he was defending them and all that sort of a thing. With the murder that he did, all that sort of a thing. So basically, again, this is adds an intro to it. So it's a few pages longer than the original one that was published in Weird Tales by Farnsworth Wrights magazine. For you folks, now I wouldn't necessarily call this Sword and Sorcery. It's just it's currently existing, right? And so forth. And even the editor of this collection says it's probably stretched. He just likes it. It's one of his favorite short stories, and so he just likes it. And so it's included. He's included the unpublished version. Just the previous version of Necromancy in the At was not published either. It was heavily edited, right, by also by Farnsworth, right, and so forth, from Weird Tales. So that one also too was also some changes up that they found while scouring around in Clark Ashton Smith's thing. So I like it. And so forth, but remember the keys here are typically things that have not been published before, republished before. 4 of them or 3 of them are things that had characters or concepts that were good, welcome at the time, but just aren't remembered by their fans or such today because they were just a one-off. And we had Robert E. Howard to kick this thing off, the House of Erbu, and then Necromancy and Not by Clark Ashton Smith, and now the Woman of the Wood, by Abraham Merritt. And then we also have Wade Wellman next, 2 Lin Carter short stories, Richard Tierney short story, who is very famous for its Simon Magus stuff and such. So there we are. So I feel like this is just fits. I feel like the addition to it and the framing story and the intro is fine. And so forth. So I'm probably going to be doing this like I do like it. I think it's good stuff, but I don't think it really strengthens it. So I think it's probably more of like a 7.5 or an 8 year mileage, to be fair, and so forth. But have you read it? If so, what did you think about it? And did you think that the extra intro added something to the story or detracted from it? I'd be happy to hear what you thought, right? And so forth. So that's The Woman in the Woods, the unabridged version. Published version, sorry. And that's by Abraham Merritt, for sure. I just have to use his name because my name is Abraham too. it's fun. Anyway, so that's the guy. So there you are. If you like this, why not hit the like button, the bell icon. If you're feeling frisky, hit the subscribe button and then tell your friends, Abraham, Merritt friends, fantasy friends, whatever, older stuff. As a reminder, this channel is named The Worst Thing About New Books. That's a quote by a French philosopher named Jacques Joubert, who said that the worst thing about them was that they kept us from reading the old ones, right? There's definitely some older stuff that was heavily influential. Big names stuff for a time. Merritt is considered the father of fantasy by a lot of people. So there you are. Thank you so much, for taking some time out of your day and investing it and watching my video, right? Because we all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions, right? So the fact that you spent this time with me, that's incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it much. So thanks again, and have a great day.